notified that they were supposed to vacate within 30 days. Suddenly it changed to 7 days. 7 days, and then now they've been locked out. These people have been, it started with the AC. They took off all the AC out the water meter. This family right here has not been able to stay in these apartments because they have no water. None of these houses have had water. And then, yeah. When did they lock everybody out? Today, all these people got, yeah. The windows were boarded up, everything. Like, she's just starting to kick people out. And this man right here, we got an amputee. We got pets locked inside. There's 2 dogs inside this home.
After she collected all the money correctly.
Yeah. So we haven't had water in 2 weeks. Yeah, so we've been staying out of our car. Like if I open up my trunk right now, you see all of our stuff.
Look, friends. So this is like a landlord from hell. Did she say why this is happening? Did she tell y'all why?
She didn't tell us why, but there's somebody that works for her told us that she sold the property to the city.
Okay.
Without us knowing.
Okay.
So our food is still in the refrigerator.
All of my food is in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
He insulin attendant. He buy the food, he don't have no dang on top.
Oh no, this is just man. Yeah, this man's insulin is in his fridge. Look, friends, they boarded up the window time. This man's puppies are in there, man. His companions are in there with no AC, no food, no water, friends. Everybody feeling. Look at the dogs. Look at the dogs. Hey, puppies. Look at the dogs, friends. Can somebody help these people? What can we do? Oh my God.
All my baby clothes are damn near destroyed because they've been pissed on.
Look, they're hot. Look, the dogs.
She called the police 4 times yesterday. He told her he was gonna call police. She said, since you want to get nasty, I won't help y'all. I won't help y'all.
He an amputee stuck on the porch.
His insulin is in the house. They have cut all his wires to his electricity.
So it's gone bad.
So his insulin is going bad. He can't even take his shot because his insulin is in the refrigerator. My baby's milk is in there. My baby's diapers are in there. Everything. Our clothes. I understand that. Sierra, don't start.
If you guys want to reach out to her with, furniture, any kind of way, any kind of resources, please do.
And then Brandy, she asked them, can I call them to let them get their baby stuff out? And they said no.
Yeah, so we had another hood news peep named Brandy asking if there was any way. She was like a mediator. She went as a mediator, like saying, hey, is there any way I can go retrieve the baby stuff? And she was told no. Where's the car now? Where's his car? They took his car? So then the husband's Impala. The husband's Impala, not only was it taking off the wheels, in the video you'll see his car. It's in the right here parked on the side. Long story short, it was later on bricks. And now they don't even know where the car is. It got towed away, man.
Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the elders in Connecticut, you brothers in the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking their lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect. Shalom to you Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, listening and learning under your husband, your spiritual leader, and in silence and meekness. This is your brother Ram Yahawah with the lesson. And it says Proverbs 22, rob not the poor, right? And ultimately that landlord, or just America just in general, man, dealing with Esau, right? Starting with Esau. Because these other nations have partaken in robbing you Israelites, right? The poor. Because he is poor. So, and that's ultimately why they do it, why they can, just basically tear up these people's house. Lock the dog into the house. But then, the dog ain't had water or food, proper care in days. They just boarded up the thing, left the dogs in there, but then you can arrest Mike Vick, who had a prominent career making millions of dollars over dogs, right? You could murder, you could say that he murdered some dogs and you can arrest him, but then these people, is that not animal abuse, right? You know? So this is just how these devils get down, man. Right? They say they have not offended, you know? Neither oppress the afflicted in the gates, right? And ultimately, the world belongs to us, man. The Lord made the world for our sake. But what ends up happening? What the princes are walking upon the earth like servants, and the servant is upon a horse like he's a prince, man. Everything is backwards in this place right now, man. So that's ultimately what ends up happening, right? For Yahawah, Bashem Yahawashai will plead, and when the Lord plead, it's for judgment, man. The Lord is pleading, his plea is judgment, man. Death and destruction, their cause, and spoil the souls of those that spoiled them. So ultimately, America is going down, man. And this is just part of the process. You're going to be spoiled in the process of America going down, because Esau is Esau, man. He don't know no new tricks. And then the more the Lord takes their wisdom, they have no other choice but to resort to their beast-like state, man, to that referring back to their sword, right? And that's ultimately what's happening, right? And you Israelites are in right close to them, right? And they want to kill you anyway. So what happens when you're angry and you're frustrated, and there's no one around to get off your frustration, and now they're looking for you, right? Like the scriptures tell you. Make no friendship, right? And what a lot of you Jakes do, you make friendship with Esau, man. You make friendship with the self-proclaimed white man, with an angry man, see? And he's angry, man. Ultimately, this man is upset, man. His kingdom is going down. The chariots are popping over everywhere. The word of the Lord is going out by the mouth of Yahawah, by his prophets, right? And then what? He's seeing his kingdom is going down. Everything we're speaking, we're prophesying, saying that he's going to do, the dude still does it. Right? Even though it's in the scripts, it's in the Bible, the MOTB is in the Bible, and we prophesying exactly what it is, man. It is what we say it is, man. Like Apostle Tahara would say, it is what we say it is, man. Period. Right? But the devil is showing you it is what it is, right? You know, you got this bioeconomy. Bio means body, man. Economy is dealing with what? Goods and services, right? So, and with a furious man, and that's what he is, man, right? He's furious right now. Thus shall not go, man. So but look what they had to do. They had to they had to go to them, man. Right? Right? They had to go, calling the police. It's basically, you're calling their help. The police is for the Illuminati. The police work for the elite. They work for the Rothschilds, the Bilderbergs, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers. The people who's actually breaking down your house, the police work for them, so there's nothing they can do. Right? Let's thus learn his ways, right? And ultimately, every Jake is learn the ways of Esau, man. That's why you got this death culture. Everything's about killing, right? Because Esau is the son of perdition, man. Or everything, wherever he goes, is destruction, right? He grabs the sword. So you Jakes grab the sword, right? And then some of you Jakes are in the truth, walking around, supposed to be holding camp, and you got a sword, right? That's the ways of Esau. That's the ways of the heathen. Learn not the ways of the heathen, and get a snare to thy soul. And see, ultimately, with all this, the gang banging that's in Chicago, the gang banging that's in New York, LA, and basically every city, even small towns, man. You remember the documentary of Banging in Little Rock? That's how far this is going. A little town, little sweet town, country town where you used to go to eat some butter biscuits and grits and walk down the street with nothing ever happening. Now it's all sorts of gunfire, all sorts of shooting, dead bodies all over the place, man. And that was like 94, 93, 94, something like that. How much more is it? Is it more wicked now, man? Because wickedness is increasing, man. Right? You just get a snare to your soul, man. Right? And then you're trusting in this devil. So you're calling and you're like, oh my God, I just can't believe I believed in the Constitution. I believe that all men have the right to pursue happiness, and they could just rip everything out from underneath me. And what? Now there's a snare to your soul. Now you man, right? But not being not thus one with them that strike hands, right? Because that's ultimately what Esau is about, man. So then what you Jakes do, you become one like them, you learn his ways, and now if you accidentally bump him, he's ready to fight, he's ready to swap, he's ready to pull out his gun, or he's ready to fight with you. He's ready to strike with his hands. Right? And then you also envy Esau's the way they live, right? Going after their money, keeping up with the Jones. So that's why it says this, or them that are a surety for debt, right? This country's built off a debt system. So you're trying to keep up with the Jones. So you had to buy this and buy that and trying to keep up with the Joneses just so you could floss something, so you could be like the guy who was at the goddamn Roscoe's with his jewelry on. And the Jakes come in there and blow his brains out and take his jewelry anyway. Right? This thing is nothing but a snare to you, man. It's nothing but a snare to you. Right? Right? And the bad thing about it is I think they were showing a video where the dude had just barely got out of jail. So he was trying to put his life on the right path. Make some good music and maybe take care of his family or whatever, however they do. But, these things just leave snares to you, man. You're a surety for debt, man. And ultimately, sometimes that debt ends up being that it's your time to check out, man. Right? The Most High is judging heavily in this world, man. If thus has nothing to pay, right, which those people paid. The lady said she paid her bills or she paid their rent, and the lady took it anyway, right? Why should he take away thy bed from under thee, right? So why would they just take these people's house, right? Right? You took their bed, their shelter, their food, right up underneath them, with no remorse, right? No mercy. Oh yeah, we just sold it to the city. You got 30 days. Oh nope, you got 7 days. Oh nope, you got no days. I just came and just locked up everything. And then after that, they just ripped everything out of there. Right? They just gutted the place. That way they can at least have one in there, maybe grab some things that could be salvageable, or however you say it. And but they couldn't even do that. Right? Yeah. So this is Exodus chapter 22, 25. If thus lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, right? So those are the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the Lord's people, man. And in a sense, it wasn't really money, but they were basically lending to them their facility to live in, right? Right? Which in turn, it pays you out. You still get money for it, right? So it says, thus shall not be to him as a usurer, neither shalt thus lay upon him usury. Right? So now we're going to come right here and go into the Strongs to see what that word usury means real quick.
Strong's H 5392. Neshech.
Right? It says interest basically. And the person, whoever house said, they said it was a lady. So that was interest because they paid their rent, and then you basically spoiled their food, their clothes. You basically you took their bed from underneath them, man. Why would you do that if there's no other place for these people to go? Why would you take their bed from them? It doesn't make sense. But you don't really care. Let's see, that's
Strong's H 5391. Nashach.
To bite. Right. Because basically that's what it is. You bit them. You took it on the other end, and it's like it's like you bit them. Metaphorically. You made the thing hurt. To bite, to pay, right? Because they paid their money, and then you didn't give them anything, man. You ripped them from their covering, from their house. Give interest, lend for interest or usury, right? So this is Exodus 22:26. If thus at all take thy neighbor's raiment, right? Because their clothes and stuff was in the house. So you took, not only did you take their bed from them, you took their clothes from them. To pledge, thus shall deliver it to him by that the sun goeth down. So you were supposed to return unto them either, okay, you sold your thing to the city, okay, allow them to take their clothes out of there, allow them to take their food, allow them to do the things, the necessary things to make the move, man. You should have allowed that. What you said you were gonna do, but then you didn't do it. Right? Going to that raiment.
Strong's H 8008. Salma.
Right. Garment, outerwear, garment, wrapper. You have to wrap yourself with, to clothe yourself, or to keep, even your home keeps you safe. It encloses you inside the home, right? And they left it basically, their actual clothes were in their home too, right? Garment, raiment, clothes, right? pledge.
Strong's H2254. Chaval. Chaval.
Will bind, to take a pledge, to lay a pledge, to take hold by a pledge. Basically, yeah, you're basically putting them in debt. Because not only did she take their money, then she took the food that could have survived them for a while until they can make some more money to buy more food or buy something else, or the clothing that could have clothed them until they can get to the next thing to get more clothes or whatever. You know what I mean? Things that tie. So not only did she take their money, she took the clothes, she took the house, she took the bed. Basically, left them with absolutely nothing. Right? Just put them in debt. To destroy, right? They destroyed them, spoiled them, right? Deal corruptly, right? And that's ultimately what she did, man. She delayed whoever that landlord is, what dealt corruptly with them. Even took the car. With the car was probably going to be a way to get to work so it could build back up so they can get a new home or get whatever it takes. Right? That's the car the lady had in the beginning where she said all her stuff was in the trunk. So the little bit of stuff they did pull out, which was in the trunk, they even took that, by taking the vehicle, right? So Proverbs 20:17, bread, right, which, money is known as bread, right? Or what do you do with the money? You buy food, right? So bread of deceit is sweet to a man or a woman, right? In that case, they were saying the lady who owned the thing was a woman, whatever. But afterwards, his mouth or her mouth shall be filled with gravel, because ultimately the Lord is going to come and judge those who came against his children, right? Even those that are 2/3 are at the end of the day are Israelites, man. So there's a judgment with touching those Israelites, even though the crazy thing about it is the Lord is giving you permission, right, to touch them. But at the same time, because you touched them, the Lord is going to judge you. And the Lord, that's the power of the Most High, YAHAWASHI. He said, go over there and fuck them niggas up because they won't listen to me. Oh, you know what? You touched my children. You touched the apple of my eye. Now I got to fuck you up. And that's ultimately how the Lord, man, the Lord is bad, man. You be like, dang, he put you in the trap, but that's what you did, man. You put people in a trap, but that's why the Lord said that you're gonna fall into the ditch that you dug. And you're gonna fall into your own ditch, right? Proverbs 20:28, mercy and truth, right, preserveth the king, right? And Esau is the king of Babylon right now. They're the king of the world right now. And ultimately, he's upset that, he's about to lose his throne, right? But then he has no mercy, right? Or any truth, right? And his throne is upholden by mercy. So the Lord is not going to show you mercy to those who don't show mercy, right? That was merciless to do those people like that, man. Right? Yeah, so this is James 2:13. For he shall have no mercy. Who's the he? Yahawah. Through his only begotten son, which is YAHAWASHI. Judgment without mercy. They're gonna give you through his son, because the The Father's not coming off his throne. He's going to send forth his Son with bands of angels, lots and lots of angels, right, to destroy this place, right? And ultimately, the Lord, Yahawashi, will give his Father the glory, right? So that's the judgment that comes from Yahawah Basham Yahawashi. Yeah. For he shall have no mercy. No, so he shall have judgment without mercy, right? So Esau is going to get judged, man. It's going to be without mercy. That had showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment, man. Right? That's why it said that if a person who was running their kingdom with mercy, that person who runs his kingdom with mercy, his kingdom will be upheld. His throne will be upheld. But they don't have any mercy, so they're gonna get judged with no mercy, right? Because mercy rejoiceth against what judgment, man. When judgment come, you'll still be upheld. What doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he haveth faith and have not works? So ultimately, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, that's your issue. A lot of you will say you have faith, but then there's no works, right? And then some people have works, right? They'll be out there on the highways and the byways, but then there's no faith, right? Those things have to come together. It has to be the ingredients unto having salvation, right? Having that mercy when judgment comes, right? Can faith save him? Right? If you just got works and no faith, can your work save you? Or if you have faith and no works, can your faith save you? Can faith save him? Right? If a brother or sister be naked, right, and destitute of daily food, in which that's what happened to them, man, right? Because they're the Lord's chosen people, man. They're supposed to have faith and works, or works and faith, right? It's high time for the Lord's people to wake out of sleep. That should have been a eye opener that Esau is not for you, man. This world, this system, even if that was a so-called Black woman who owned that apartment, this world is not set up for you, man. This is not your rest, right? And this is an eye opener, or it should be an eye opener to you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, starting with you men, right? For utmost and up front, right? One and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warm and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body. What doeth it profit, right? So, Apostle Har always say, we don't do no food drives. But I mean, if you've seen somebody and you had extra food or extra clothes, whatever, it won't hurt to go ahead and give them something, you know what I mean? But the whole thing about this is we're not trying to get people to follow us just so they can eat. We're going to give you the thing that's more needful for you, for your body. And that's the truth. We're gonna give you the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to the best of our ability to hopefully it brings upon your body. Matter of fact, let's get that. So this is Romans chapter 8, verse 26. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities. Where's your infirmities at? In your body, or your body, right? Your mind, right? She's going through certain different things, because infirmities could be in your mind. Where you're gonna sleep, where you're gonna eat, what are you gonna be able to do? You know what I'm saying? Now this situation has stressed them out. You know what I'm saying? Infirmities are also different diseases and all sorts of things within your body, right? Right. The other guy had diabetes and this and that. He needed these different things, right? But you gotta get into the herbs, like Apostle Hart said, but that's a whole nother topic. But those are things that we need to do. You know what I mean? Keep the body, the mind healthy, right? Reading the Bible keeps your mind healthy. They sent some type of thing talking about if you eat all the healthy stuff, but your mind is not good, or your mind's not right, then you're suffering from mental health or whatever. But the reading the Bible keeps your mind healthy, right? And then eating the herbs keep your body healthy. And ultimately, right, it says, helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray, right? For as we ought, right? Because you ought to pray, but then sometimes you don't know how you ought to pray, right? But the Spirit, right? If the Lord's dealing with you, the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered, right? So you don't know, you can't play back how the Lord is actually making intercession with the Father. He's on the right hand of the Father. He's your adversary, right? I mean, not adversary, but he's your advocate, right? Salakia, wrong word. He's your advocate, which is in heaven. Or he could be your adversary, right? Depending on how the Lord's gonna do it, right? Right? And he that searcheth the heart knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, right? Because YAHAWASHI is the Spirit, right? Because he maketh intercession for the saints, right? You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men, right? Starting with you need to be, taking care of your household, man. Making those prayers for when things do come up like this, the Lord already has a way, right? According to the will of Yahweh, the power, right? Galatians chapter 4, verse 6. But because ye are sons, Yahweh have sent forth the Spirit, right? That's going to speak the things that you know not. They're going to put forth that Spirit of his Son, which, like I said, it is YAHAWASHI, of his Son into your heart, which your lob, which is your mind, right? Crying, Abba, Father. So that'll be the Lord's will, right? To pray that thing, the Abba, Father, so that way you get some type of nourishment for your infirmities, whether it's mental or physical, right? And the Lord is going to make things, it seems bad for the moment, but the Lord has a way to work things out, man. Right. So this is Proverbs 20 and 30. The blueness of a wound, right? Because right now she might feel hurt. Things is going on. Cleaneth away evil, right? So sometimes going through something is supposed to wake you up. You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, starting with you men, right? And not to say that you women can't be a way that your husband could maybe find the truth, but this thing is primarily for the men. So do stripes, the inward, right? Dealing with how the Lord is coming to your inward man, the inward part, speaking, and putting forth the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi to your inward part, crying, Abba, Father, man, for your infirmities, man, the things that you're going through, mentally or physically, right? Inward parts of the belly, right? So we're gonna go right here to the blue letter, go into so we can get a more understanding of that verse.
Strong's H2250. Chaburah. Chaburah. And the form just below that. Chaburah. Chaburah.
Right? And it goes into what? Bruise, strike, wound, blow. Right? So she took a heavy blow with them taking that from her her house, the food, all sorts of different things. Right? That was a heavy blow. Right? Let's see. Stripes, wounds, blueness, right? Basically what the script said, bruise, right? So the blueness is talking about like the bruise. You know what I mean? A wheel or a black and blue mark, right? Like a bruise, yeah. Now a bruise turns like black and blue, it's a bruise. So this is, but it's inward though, right? So you got a entomology a little bit. Let's see what it says. To unite, join, bind, together, be joined, coupled, heap up, fellowship, compact. Right? Yeah, you got it wasn't one issue, it was a multitude of issues all at one time. Diverse different issues multiplying on her, compacting, joining to each other, right? Let's look at belly.
Strong's H990. Beten.
It says betin, belly, womb, body, right? You know, because you're supposed to put clothes on your body to protect your body. You know, your food helps your body, right? Right? Oh, a set of hunger, seat of hunger, right? You're in a position that you need to be hungry for the truth. More than just your food has gotten taken from you. And now you're hungry. Now that should make you hungry for the truth. Right? And like I was saying, look what it says right here. And as seat of mental faculties, right? Because this truth is going to be able to help you in with physically and mentally, right? The best thing to do is to have this truth, man. It will help your mental fortitude of depths, the depth of Sheol. And Sheol means hell. So this truth will help you in your hunger for either the truth, which you should have, or just in your hunger, just in general. It'll help your mental faculties. Basically, when you're going through what? Hell. When you're in the depths of hell, this will be there for you. Yeah, this is Isaiah 55:1. Ho, every one that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. Right? Because they were saying that water was shut off in that house. But the real water is this truth, this knowledge, the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the Bible, man. Right? Supping with Yahawashi, which enters into your inner man, which your inner man is able to deal with the wiles of the devil, right? Right? Going through Sheol, going through hell, right? In the time of hell. And he that have no money, right? So at this point, she don't have no money, right? But when it comes to those so-called Christian church, they would tell you you have to pay hundreds of dollars for a Bible lesson, right? But the Lord said no money. Come ye buy, right? Because you got to do something. You can't just do nothing, right? Which that goes into the Lord said, be he not only hearers of the word, but doers of the word. So when it says buy, which basically means like sweat equity, your sweat equity buys this, right? And eat, right? Because it'll cause you to eat this word. Yea, come buy wine, right? Because this is the real wine, right? Not the wine that gets you drunk off of deceit, right? This is the wine that gives you the oil, the spirit, right? Because wine goes into what? Spirits. But you can have a bad spirit or you can have a good spirit, right? And milk without money, right? And this milk, right? When you deal with the other brother was bringing it out, Elder Yashawamba was bringing out milk was for the rich, right? So this is wealth. Back in the day, only the wealthy had milk and eggs and things like that, right? So this deals with riches without money and without price, right? So this is that wealth, the real true wealth. Whereof do ye spend, wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread? You put your sweat equity or your actual money, right? That which is not bread, like it's not the food that you need to eat, right? It's not the substance, right, that you need. You're putting in, you're watching certain movies, listening to certain music, and those are the things that you're eating, right? Whether you know it or not. That's like eating bread, right? You're subconsciously eating the bread of the wicked, man, and expecting blessings. Watching horror movies, listening to this. Basically, these rap songs are horror movie songs, right? I was down over there, seen him over there. I caught him slipping. I opened up the K on him, let his blood start dripping, whatever, just sound like rhyme. It was so horrible. All you hear was screams. You know what I mean? And they break this stuff all the way down. All you hear is screams. He was a DOA on the scene, dead on arrival. You know what I'm saying? These talking horror movies, murder, death, right? So everything is death. If it's not death, it's adultery. And if it's not physical adultery, it's spiritual adultery. Pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, right? Not searching through the scriptures, because the Lord said you're supposed to do that. That's actually part of the law, that you're supposed to search through the scriptures. right? And your labor for that which satisfieth not, man, right? And all that gang banging, drug dealing, voting, marching, eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, committing adultery, whether if it's physical or spiritual adultery, worshiping other gods, it satisfieth not, man. Hearken diligently unto me, right? Get back to this Bible, right? Get back to keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. Stop spreading gossiping. Stop watching horror movies and all these different things and listening to these so-called basically these songs that glorify death, man. I mean, not say you can't listen to it every once in a while, just but you gotta listen to it with the right mind frame. Maybe you're listening to that for entertainment, but when you come to this truth is not for entertainment, right? And even then, when you're doing it for entertainment, you gotta have the right mindset, man. Right? Not let it influence you, right? Because what you're supposed to do, hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, right? Because when you're listening to it, you got to make sure you're not eating it, you're not digesting that, right? It's just for entertainment, and you push it away, and it's almost like you didn't listen to it. You totally forget about it. It was for the time being. You got entertained, and you're not meditating on it. The thing that you meditate on is what? These scriptures. And let your soul delight. See, that goes into meditation. When you're delighting in something, you're meditating on it, right? When you're tasting something good, and what is it? They say really you're supposed to chew your food at least like 100 times before swallowing, right? Or at least they used to tell you that. They used to tell you to chew your food like 100 times before swallowing, and in that time frame, you're able to what delight in it, technically, right? So it says that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness, right? Because then now it's building up your spiritual man, your inner man, your spiritual man, and that spiritual man becomes to have what? Fatness, and that fatness goes into what? Being able to what? To get to your mental faculties, right? Able to get you what? Food to feed that what? Your hunger, right? Knowing who you are, knowing that you're the Israelites, that quenches your hunger, man. That quenches your thirst, right? Because we've been searching for who we are for so long, and like it's been said, you don't know where you're going unless you know where you've been. And now that you know that you're the Israelites, and you can go back and search all that history, and now you could foresee your future, and your future has what? Promise. Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thus findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. And that's what you men should be doing. Like her husband should be a man that's going out, eating this roll, and going out to speak into the house of Israel, man. Right? That's what should be happening. And then even through their thing, what? Through the congregation or the camp that he's went, men will raise money and help them get back on their feet. Which, I mean, pretty much people will still maybe do that anyway, but the better house to have is the house that's built on YAHAWASHI, that spiritual house. Right? So I opened up my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly, right? Remember when it was saying that the inner part, that belly, right? Your inner man, where that belly's at, right? To eat, right? Because you go through sores, you go through afflictions, but the Lord builds up that innermost person, that the belly, the inside of you, the mind, the tawa, that mind, your heart, right? And fill thy bowels with this roll, and give thee Salakia, fill thy bowls with this that I give thee, Salakia, and then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness, right? Because what? The Lord is going to sweeten the deal, man. He's going to, you're going through a bunch of different hardships and all these different things, but what? This thing is gonna give you the mental capacity to strive, right? Yeah, verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it, right, up. And it shall make thy belly, right, going back to that belly, right, building up your inner strength, right, into that belly, right, for your mental faculties, right, in that belly. Bitterness, right, because what? You're going through hardship. It's bitter right now. You're going through something bitter. It's bitter. But it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey, right? Dealing with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that is a sweet thing, man. It's to fattening your bones. It's the fattening. It's to give you spiritual growth, man. And when you have that spiritual growth, you're unshaken, you're unmoved, you're unstirred. You're standing on firm ground, man. No matter what happens, YAHAWASHI is going to get me through. I believe in YAHAWASHI. I'm unmoved in this. Right? Right? We're Mount Zion, unmovable, man. A mountain that can't be moved. Right? And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter, right? Going back into that belly. It's bitter, but what? The Lord is building up that inner man who the Lord is. The Lord, the Son of God, is in your inner part to sup with you and to help you deal with the bitter part, right? But it's going to give you mental fortitude to deal with the bitter, right? But then her husband should have been, and he said unto me, Thus must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings, right? Which actually goes into reincarnation, because this was John on the island of Patmos more than, we'll just say 2,000 years ago, and there's no 2,000-year-old man walking around prophesying. So that was basically talking about what? Reincarnation. But also, it's saying you as an Israelite, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, should be out prophesying, right? This is the time that bitter situation should wake you up to, this is not your rest. So I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahawah, Ba'asham, YAHAWASHI, Ba'asham, Rakal. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, the elders in Connecticut, the brothers in the Four Winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking their lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect Shalom to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwafti, and listen to your husband, your spiritual leader, in meekness and in silence. Shalom.